From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Save more on our huge selection of Nectar, Dream Cloud, Sierra Sleep, and Diamond Mattress. Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the Churn Creek Post Office on Merchant Street, Reading.
Happy Tuesday morning to you. Here's what we can expect. Let's get you right into it. And we're going to be talking about what to expect here as we go into tonight, through this week, this weekend, and even into early next week. Be prepared for a wet weather pattern here. We also have heavy snow at times, with snow levels on average eventually somewhere between, say, around 2,500, 3,500 feet, but will be locally lower than that at times. Gusty winds at times as well, and we're also seeing that potential for thunderstorms as well. So there's a lot to unpack with all of that, but before we get into that, let's go into Krueger's Quickcast, just for a quick look at your forecast for your Tuesday, March 11th. Here's what you can expect heading out the door this morning. Still some clouds. Still mild, not terribly cold, although you head up to Modoc County, you're in the upper 20s. Low 30s for Siskiyou County in the eastern mountains, and looks like in the mid 30s out in Trinity County. So the area of low pressure down to our south, that's going to continue to move off to the east, not having much impact on our weather. Now, we are seeing everything beginning to take shape over the Gulf of Alaska. Nice stream of moisture right here. That's the moisture source. These speckled clouds is the colder air. That's the colder air that we will see for the lower snow levels. And we're beginning to see the storm systems begin to take shape, which of course is just going to be all moving in our direction here over the next 24 hours. So for today, just increasing the cloud cover. Could see some showers developing to the north and west of the valley by the time we get into this afternoon, and even later this evening and tonight, maybe some of those showers around Reading and into the Mount Shasta area as well. Snow level is still fairly high at this point, probably around 5,000 feet, but you can also see some more showers. But it's really not until late tonight and tomorrow morning that the bulk of the rain begins to move on in. I'm not going to put the timing and all that, because here's the thing. All these are different times of when they're going to be in effect. Bottom line is this. There's either a winter storm warning, a winter storm watch, or a winter weather advisory for most of Northern California. Now, this is not going to include the lower elevations such as the valley along the coast either, but this is just basically a heads up from the National Weather Service that you're going to see snow. It will be heavy at times, and it will most likely impact much of your mountain travel. If you're heading out to the ski park, should be another good day for it before all that storminess, if you will, heads our way. There you can see about 90 inches out at the summit depth. Firm surface in the morning, but it does soften up later on in the afternoon. The roads are clear for now, but I think that'll be changing over the next 24 hours. And look at the amount of snow we expect over the next couple of days over the ski park. Looking pretty good through midday Thursday. Could see over 2 feet of snow even out at the base of the ski park. Now, the winds, that's something I've been mentioning here. Now, there is a wind advisory, but it really won't take effect until tonight and into tomorrow. As you can see, yes, the winds are picking up later this afternoon, but they'll be strongest tonight and tomorrow morning, even midday on Wednesday, but by Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, those winds should start to die down. All right, so here's what we have for today. Temperatures for the most part in the valley will dodge that 70-degree mark, so not quite as warm as it was yesterday, generally in the 50s and 60s for the higher elevations, and low to mid 50s here for the coast. We take you to tonight. We're going to look at those temperatures dropping down into the upper 40s in the valley, 20s and 30s for the higher elevations, and looks like somewhere in the low to maybe even some mid 40s out along the coast. So looking at the 7-day outlook, again, a lot going on here. You've got a chance for rain each and every single day. Could see thunderstorms here, but possibly by around Tuesday of next week, we may start to dry things out, which we'll get into a little bit later. Also, the chance for thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday for the coast and inland, otherwise off and on chances for rain. Snow as low as 1,500 feet by Thursday. So yes, I think Weaverville could eventually see some snow, as well as, say, the Hayfork area as well. Shingletown, for example, too. All right, we take you off into Siskiyou, Modoc County in the eastern mountains. Also, the chance for rain and snow each and every single day. Snow levels on average around 3,000 feet, give or take. Now, again, they could be locally lower than that at times, especially as you can see here, around 2,000 feet by Thursday for Mount Shasta, 2,500 feet for Alturas and Susanville. So again, a whole lot going on here. It's all knocking on our door. So that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. Let's get you into the deeper dive. So again, here's the overall setup. Area of low pressure, Southern California. that's not necessarily going to have an impact on our weather much, right? Just some of the clouds that we've seen and will see today. This is the stream of moisture. This right here is the available source of moisture for the storms to work with. This right here, the speckled clouds, that's the colder air moving in. That's going to help to give us those lower snow levels. So let's walk you through the timing of all this. Still some clouds along the coast, maybe some fog as well. Here you can see by the afternoon, we're developing some showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, especially in northern Trinity County. By the evening, some of those making their way into the valley. That's midnight tonight. You see how things are beginning to take shape a little bit more. We're starting to see more showers. We're starting to see more snow, which at this point, still about 5,000 feet. Still some heavier rainfall off to the west. By 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're seeing the main push of moisture pushing on through. This is when we expect the heaviest rainfall for the coast, maybe some thunderstorms. We're starting things off dry for the valley, but that will be changing as all of this shifts eastward. By the way, snow levels probably down between 4,000 and 5,000 feet. No major impacts for your travel just yet, maybe east of I-5 for some of the higher mountain passes. I-5 at this point should be okay. 299 west at this point should be okay, as well as 36 west. But again, I think it's mainly going to be east of I-5 that you may need to start thinking about chain requirements. Now it's beginning to take a little bit more shape for the valley. Heavier rainfall, maybe thunderstorms by midday on Wednesday. Snow is getting heavier in the mountains, but still, the coldest air is not in place just yet. So snow levels probably still around 4,000 feet, mainly in the form of rain from Mount Shasta City. But again, you go up to about 4,000 feet or higher, you might be dealing with, of course, those chain requirements east of I-5. I think still, even midday tomorrow, we're still looking at rain for Highway 299 west. You may need to start thinking about chains. That could be the potential for parts of Highway 36 west. Now we take you into about 5 p.m. Now we're seeing the heavier snow. This is going to be the bigger impacts. Heavy snow for those mountains to the east. But we're beginning to get the kind of the back edge of where that heavier rainfall is. So still some rain, maybe some possible thunderstorms even for tomorrow afternoon, evening, but things are starting to dry out, if you will. It's not quite as widespread with that rain and snow. Let's take you into your Wednesday night and into your Thursday. So here's Wednesday at 11 p.m. You see how now we're just looking at scattered showers out there. And really, what we're seeing here is just mainly scattered snow flurries in the higher elevations. So this is when we start to see those snow levels begin to drop, maybe down to about 2,000 feet, 1,500 feet on Thursday. There it is, Thursday morning. I think Hayfork, Weaverville, you're dealing with some snow flurries out there. Now notice we're just not seeing a lot of widespread activity because now the cold and unstable air is in place. There's still some leftover moisture for the storm system to work with, and that's why we're seeing the snow flurries in the higher elevations. Nothing quite yet for the valley, but I do expect that by Thursday afternoon, showers and possible thunderstorms are a possibility for the valley, and that could also be the case here for the coast. By the way, keep in mind, by Thursday around midday, Thursday morning, we're still seeing snow levels probably around 1,500 to 2,000 feet in Trinity County, and maybe about 2,000 to 2,500 feet to the north and to the east. Again, that's going to create some problems here for travel delays and the potential for chain requirements here as we do go into your Thursday midday. All right, how much rain can we expect through Thursday around noon? Well, of course, we're talking about, I'd say a half an inch to even, about a quarter to a half an inch, I think, for parts of the valley. More than that in the foothills and the mountains, and I'd say a little bit more even for the coast. Again, here's the winter storm warnings, the winter storm watches, and the winter weather advisories here. This is basically for tomorrow and even into your Thursday. Now, this is just the raw forecast model data. Some of these numbers, they're actually pretty good. I took a look at these and some of the numbers that I agree with, and these are all for the most part pretty close through Thursday midday. Keep in mind, this is not including what we will see on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday of next week. But I think we'll see the most of it off to the east here, up to the north as well. I mean, Mount Shasta City, not out of the question. I think you might be on that lower end there, but you get the idea. We might even see some minor accumulation, especially for Thursday, for Weaverville and Hayfork. Maybe even around Hoopa as well and Etna. So again, looks like we start seeing snow levels down to 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 feet. That's when you can really start seeing major issues when it comes to delays on those mountain highways. So again, this is something you need to be aware of as you go into the next few days if you do have that mountain travel. Looking at the road conditions, this model only goes out to about 3 a.m. on Wednesday. You get the idea, though. We're beginning to see issues east of I-5 on Scott Mountain, but there it again. Remember, I was mentioning for Wednesday morning, even midday, Highway 299 west, 36 west, I-5 north should be okay. But again, that will be changing by the time we go into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. All right, so there's a look at Futurecast. You see, as we go into your Friday, a bit of a break Friday morning, but by Friday afternoon, more rain, more snow. All right, we take you into your Saturday. More rain, more snow, although it looks like maybe a bit of a break on Saturday. Not a whole lot of activity on Saturday before the next storm system comes in on Sunday. That'll bring us more rain, again, more snow in the mountains. And then one last little push here for Monday of next week before this ridge of high pressure possibly by next Tuesday begins to build in, and we're looking at drier and warmer conditions. Now, no major atmospheric rivers to really speak of. In fact, I don't even want to really use that term because you can see right here, this is very weak. Bottom line is this. As we go into tomorrow, we've got a stream of moisture heading into Northern California. This right here is the source of moisture for the rain and snow. There will be some left over for Thursday, but then as we go into Friday, Saturday, another stream of moisture comes into California. The source of moisture continues to be something that we've got at least access to with these storm systems for Thursday and Friday. Then as we take you into your Saturday and Sunday, there's that next stream of moisture right here. Again, the available moisture we need for these storms to work with to bring us more rain and more snow. Then by the time we get into Monday, Tuesday, we start to lose that moisture source. We start to see high pressure build in and things start to dry out and we get a bit of a break. Right? Let's take a look at the precipitation outlook here for the next 10 days. We're in the wetter than normal category, but we're starting to see, as we get into the latter end of all of this, that we're seeing the lighter shades of green, which means smaller chances of seeing above normal rainfall. Now, looking at the long range, how much rain can we expect? And really, when you look at it through Monday, this is not a ton of rainfall. And we're going to be looking at anywhere, I'd say, between 2 and maybe 3 inches of rain once all is said and done through Monday. That's not a ton of rainfall when you look at the next 7 days. I mean, even for the coast, you're talking 4 to 5 inches of rain. So not necessarily concerned about flooding. I think the main concern will be, yeah, maybe a mudslide or debris flow here or there. We also will be looking at chain requirements and snow in the mountains. Those I think that's really the main impact. And of course, some of the gusty winds that we will see at times. And of course, maybe some of those thunderstorms too. Taking a look at the lake levels. All right, there you have it. We're still at about 80% capacity for Shasta Lake and still over 80% out towards Trinity Lake and Lake Oroville. And for the most part, the lakes are still rising, although we have seen a minor drop here over the last several days out towards Trinity Lake. But bottom line, the lakes are still looking pretty darn healthy. All right, with all the talk of rain and snow for us, we're not concerned about fires. But our friends out in the central United States, out towards New Mexico and West Texas, are either under a red flag warning or a fire weather watch. Yeah, believe it or not, they've got very gusty winds and very dry conditions, and that is going to mean high fire danger in those areas. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is it's something that's probably in the back of many of your minds, right? Or maybe it's not just yet. But we do need to remember that defensible space is something that you need to take care of as we start thinking and getting closer and closer to the fire season. All right. Let's look at the fire weather alerts across the nation. Let's take a look at the wind now. Of course, the wind not a concern for our fire danger, just wind in general. There you can see those wind advisory through the day on Wednesday for the Valley, Humboldt County, and Central Siskiyou County. Now, looking at the winds here for today, they're picking up later this afternoon, but nothing major, just more of a nuisance. By tonight, tomorrow morning, they're strongest along the coast. They're even pretty strong here for the valley. And look at that, the reds in central Siskiyou County indicating over 50 miles per hour. So by midday Wednesday, we're still seeing the strong winds for basically the valley, Siskiyou County eastward, and they're starting to die down here for the coast. And then eventually by tomorrow afternoon, those winds do start to die down and should no longer really be an issue here by the time we get into your Thursday, maybe a little breezy off in the eastern mountains. All right, let's talk about the temperatures now. Again, we're talking about the colder source of air and why we are seeing the lower snow levels. We are looking at cooler than normal conditions here in the long range. You can clearly see that when we look at the 7-day forecast for Redding. I mean, look at today. Gorgeous. One last stretch of that spring-like weather, and then we're done. We're back to winter. Temperatures as much as 10, even 15, close to 15 degrees below, in fact, over 15 degrees below normal through next week, although it gets a little bit warmer as we get towards next week, maybe in the low 60s, but still staying below normal and staying on the cool side. Let's take a look at the wave heights here for today. They're not an issue, but by tonight, yeah, they're starting to pick up here with that approaching storm system. So when we look at our marine forecast, I've got the gale warning in there, but that won't take effect until tonight. So you should be okay today, but by tonight, those winds are really starting to kind of pick up, and that's why there's that gale warning. All right. We're done now. We're just going to talk about the forecast for the day today, and of course your 7-day forecast region by region. Notice the 7-day forecast for everyone has wet weather in some shape or form, whether it's rain or snow, at least through Monday of next week. Then it should start to dry out by next Tuesday. There's what we have for today. Mainly dry conditions for the coast, temperatures in the upper 50s. Could even see some thunderstorms by Wednesday, Thursday for both the coast and the inland areas. There's the cooler weather moving on in, back in the low 50s by this upcoming weekend. For Siskiyou County, today, mainly dry. However, especially for parts of central Siskiyou County, maybe a stray shower popping up later this afternoon and evening, but the main event won't be here till tonight and tomorrow. Modoc County, yeah, maybe a stray shower later this afternoon, evening. Otherwise, mainly dry conditions for today. Different story by tomorrow. Eastern Mountains, you're dry all day long today. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s to even some low 60s for your daytime highs. Looking at your valley neighborhood forecast to the south, brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Temperatures are dropping a little bit from what we saw yesterday, but still looking at some fairly mild temperatures. There's that chance for thunderstorms for your Wednesday and even Thursday. Off and on rain continues for Friday through Monday. All right, let's take you up to the north. 67 degrees for Redding, 62 degrees for Whiskeytown, 67 in Palisadro as well as Red Bluff. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding. Now, I've got the PM in there for your Tuesday. That is going to be, of course, later this afternoon and really closer to the evening that we could see that chance for showers moving on in. And then by Wednesday, rain, possible thunderstorms, more showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. And the chance for showers continues for Friday through early next week, possibly drying out by next Tuesday. That's your morning update. I'll be back again at noon. Until then, have a great morning.
Save more on Parker House, Ashley, and Coaster. Furniture and Mattress 86, across from the Churn Creek Post Office on Merchant Street, Reading.